Howdy. Let me do a Tommy free field training. I love Tommy. He's such a nice dude. If you're not subscribed to Tommy Free Field Training, go over and subscribe to him after this live. You won't be disappointed. He's one of the best YouTube reviewers on the intraweb. So we took a day off yesterday just because we were working and stuff. Downloading that video, working on that video, trying to do a couple months of videos at one time so I don't run into what happened the other day. It's just a 1 and a 2-man show. So to answer the ammo question, there's my ammo. 147 grain. Gold dot, 147 grain. Body core. Well, you're not in the shot there. A little missy.
It's okay, my hair's crazy.
So how's everybody surviving this self-isolation shit? Everybody surviving? I should get Tommy a Buc-ee's mug to use in his videos. Buc-ee's. If it's not at Buc-ee's, it doesn't exist. Like to talk about our affiliates real quick. Patch Panel. Save 20% on Patch Panel with the code BountyHunter20. Get your custom patch panels for your vests like us. Bounty Hunter 10. I'm hoping you all have vests by now. Now it's time to move to belts. These are by far the best belts. I had my previous belt, but I left it in the garage, so it's down there to compare it to. Then I spent way too much money on it. These are way cheaper at $100. Whether you're in corrections, private security, or law enforcement, they have a belt for you in a color for you. Bounty Hunter 10 saves you 10% on your total order at Safe Life Defense. Safe Life Defense. I wish they had it on the front, like it is on the back. And then, wait, I'm talking about our affiliates. So, Olight. So, Olight, save 10% on Olight with the coupon code Bounty Hunter. Saves you 10% off your total order, except on flash sales. They don't let you use it. But you can get badass flashlights like this Warrior X Pro, which is a badass little flashlight. It was in limited edition green. The only place you can find these now on eBay, on the black market. All of our weapon lights of choice are all Olight. Are all Olight. Yes, all this stuff's still on the table from the last live, so I've got all kinds of stuff. And Patriot Eye. I am working with the owner of Patriot Eye right now, our other affiliate, and coming up with a deal for bounty hunters. It's going to be a stand-up charger, an external mic, and a radio. And it's a really sweet deal. It's going to be 50% off, and we're going to announce it, I don't know, Wednesday or Thursday maybe. Tomorrow, or Wednesday's video is going to be my interview with the owner of Patriot Eye. It's about a 30-minute video where we talk about how awesome Patriot Eye is.
Someone asked.
Here's a chip on the table from the last live.
Don't eat it. Don't eat it. Is it stale?
No, not bad. But when you made the queso.
It's disgusting.
It's still salty.
Hey, Scott.
Like me.
I already got my first question. What do you think about Glock 19 Gen 4 or Gen 5?
I like Gen 4 over Gen 5. Glock 19 is nice. And it has capacity. You're shooting 9mm, and if you're shooting 9mm, you should be shooting gold dot. 147 grain. G2. That's what I like for. That's ballistically. I looked at an FBI ballistic bullet tests that the Tacoma PD did a few years back with the FBI, and they shot every round on the market, and the winner of that was this, and that's where I got these. That's where I got the idea to get those rounds, was from that ballistic performance test at Tacoma Police Department with the FBI back in 2014, I think, 2015.
He's actually starving.
That cat is not starving. That cat is one fat ass.
Charlie.
Current book I'm reading, Texas Ranger. The Life and Times of Frank Hamer. It's a pretty big book. I got it at the Texas Ranger Museum in Waco, also known as Waco, Texas. And I got a challenge coin and some other. I got a cool hat. They didn't have any cool T-shirts.
What licensing, if any, do you need to purchase and operate Patriot Eye radios?
There's none. You just the Patriot Eye. They have 1 year and 2 year service agreements, and that is it. So the longer your agreement is, the more money you save. And their monthly plans start at $50 a month. I don't know. We're working on a brochure. I could look at it.
So what's the topic today?
There is no topic today.
Other than nobody likes you, that topic. Should we talk about that topic?
We should talk how you're not framed into the shot. So this is pretty much open. Almost all questions. All questions are welcome. But
Unless
if you
it's
ask
about-
an inappropriate question, you're going to get blocked.
Oh my god, I look so ugly right now.
No, you can never look ugly.
There I am. Why does my face feel like it's swollen? Did I cry last night?
Mm-mm.
Oh, dang
When is the IFAC? You know, I grabbed the first aid kit from the horses, and it's in the back of the truck. I haven't been very motivated today. I took a nap, around 3? And I just woke up from said nap. So I'm not really motivated, but I promised a lot of people a live, so here we are. There's a lot of really good IFAC. There's a lot of really good IFAC videos. I mean, you need stuff to pack a wound. Quick clot, which burns like a motherfucker but stops bleeding. And you need a tourniquet, and you need chest seal. Everything else is just, and a good pair of trauma shears. And everything else, I mean, pack that wound. Don't use tampons to pack wounds. Don't use Don't be that asshole on a gun range walking around with tampons to pack a wound. Get rolled gauze. Pack that wound, pack that wound, pack that, fill that wound up, fill it up, fill it up, fill it up. Israeli bandage is a really good tourniquet / bandage. You need to have a tourniquet. You need to know how to use the tourniquet. You don't just buy the tourniquet and leave it in its plastic and put it on your belt and say, now I carry a tourniquet. You need to know how to put it on one-handed, two-handed. You need to know how to put it on your partner. You need to know how to put it on yourself in case you're alone. Tourniquets, the myths of tourniquets are all passé. How is Patty Mayo influencing our industry? Is he really influencing our industry? I mean, I saw these kids, they make these fake videos and they arrest other little kids. You know, maybe it inspires a future generation of bounty hunters. Maybe. But other influence, I don't think influence would be a good thing. I think he's, you know, everybody knows Patty Mayo's fake. Even with him trying to do real stuff now, everybody knows at one time he was a fake cop and that he was a fake this and he was a fake that. You know, it's like the boy who cries wolf. It's hard to break free of that stigmata. And no matter what he does, he's always going to have that stigmata and people questioning whether his shit's real or fake. They question our shit, whether it's real or fake. You know, I really don't care if you don't think it's real, if you think it's fake.
Charlie.
I don't fucking care because I know it's real. So, somebody told me today that they were watching a Patty Mayo video and the commercial in front of the Patty Mayo video was My Safe Life commercial where we shot the vest. All we did was we did the test. We made the test footage available to Safe Life and they made the commercial out of it, which was really cool.
That's cute.
They don't push our promo code in it, which I wish they did. But
Someone said a fake ass. Charlie.
somebody said fake ass what?
Charlie, get down. Charlie.
Anybody need a cat? He's black, he's cute, and he's all yours. What did somebody say?
Someone said fake ass, but I think they're referring to Patty Mayo. Yeah.
Yeah, he's always.
How is your relationship with your surrounding police departments and the officers?
Good, getting better.
We don't really have interaction with them though.
Well,
So
we do. I mean, our last interaction with them,
I got yelled at.
we all got yelled at and told to sit in our car. And then what did our dude do? He got through the police perimeter, and we caught. Who caught him? Who caught him?
I did.
120-pound-year-old girl caught Idaho's most wanted
With just a taser.
with just a taser, yelling commands, and then big old Rex came in and saved the day and put the handcuffs on him. So, I mean, I try to maintain an outstanding relationship with the police department. If there is an issue, I try to adjust that issue. The problem is there's so many people out there in this industry that don't give a flying fuck about their relationship with law enforcement that they ruin it for all of us. There's bounty hunters right now under investigation in Post Falls that came over from Washington, didn't have the proper paperwork and stuff that our laws require, and think that they're above the law. And I hope they get burned for it. I hope they get charged. If they get charged, I'll be an expert witness to the prosecution. They know better, but they don't give a flying fuck. And it's people like that give us a bad eye, not people like Patty Mayo. Patty Mayo brings people into our industry that want to take a class and want to learn. That's what Patty Mayo does. Who cares if his shit's fake or not? I mean, his little pineapple sauce or whatever that thing was, pineapple juice, that thing went viral, and good for him. He's making money hand over fist. He's making a lot more money off this stuff than we are. So, good for him. I don't knock him for doing that. So he's going to bring a new generation of people that want to be bounty hunters if we still have a fucking country after this COVID-19 shit. So, those are people that are going to take my class and come to my training. And then I'll teach them the errors of their ways of watching the internet.
Why did you get yelled at? Story time. We did. So what happened was,
Can I start?
Can I start? Can you let me?
Can I start? I was there first.
Fine. Start. I'm gonna go get a sausage.
Oh, bring me back one. I found these really good.
Story time. Tell
I
them.
found this really good sausage. Where did we get them at?
North 40.
At North 40 in Coeur d'Alene. So, Eric Hauser, we've been looking for him forever. Tim, me, Lydia, Stinky, everybody worked on that file for a little while. And we had surveillance on Mom, and something popped, which was Eric Hauser. We'd heard he was back in town, and we watched Mom's house long enough, and there he pops. So he's threatening to suicide by cops, saying he's going to go out with a blaze of glory, that we're going to have to shoot him.
Wait.
And such.
David Rodriguez said, "Ain't you scared your daughter might get hurt out there? D-E-R.
God, did he even graduate fucking elementary school? Who cares?
Not that we're making fun of you. It's funny.
So, Tim was watching that house. I was watching another family member's house. Our boy popped at Mom's house. We all convened. Me, Tim, Rex, Jax. She said, "Hey, do you need me?" I said, "Sure." She goes, "Do I need my gear?" And I was like, "No, it's in the garage. I don't have it."
No, you had my gear.
I had your gear?
But it's not my taser.
Just not your taser for some reason, because it was in the
You just
it was
had
in the
glass.
safe.
Okay.
And so we're holding the perimeter. I call PD. PD calls back, says, "We want to handle this." I said, "Okay." PD shows up 30 minutes later. They troll by the front of Mom's house with a fucking marked unit.
Yeah.
Were they rookies? So they bring 2 K9 units. They surround the house. They tell us, "Stay in your car." And I go, "What if I see him running from the house?" And they said, "Don't get out of your car. If you get out of your car, you're going to be in trouble. Just call dispatch." I'm not going to call dispatch if I see him running. I'm going to take him out. And we hold a perimeter. and we're holding that perimeter, and we hear him calling Eric Hauser, come out with your hands up. So he comes out. A person dressed as Eric Hauser comes out of the house with his hands up, backs up to the cops, they handcuff him. Tim says they got him. So I say on the radio, we got him. I was talking to Lydia. We got him. It's like, cool. And Lydia's like, no, I got him. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, get over here right now. I have him. Get over here. Now, I just happen to know where she parked, which is in the back far corner of the trailer park. Jax runs out like a jackrabbit at 150 miles an hour. I'm fucking old, so I'm jogging. And lo and behold, there's Eric Hauser. I said, what's your name? And he goes, Eric Hauser. He's in handcuffs.
So,
and
he just called me. He said, hey, roll down your window. They're going to go hit the house. So I was like, okay. So I rolled down my window, and I'm listening to the cops yell, whatever. And then I just looked, and I see this guy jump the fence and start running towards me, and then kind of like stopped. He must have saw me sitting in the car or something. So I know it's him because on my fake Facebook account, I'm friends with him, so I know what he looks like. And I'm like, oh shit. So I just slammed on the horn, like really loud, flashed my brights. Rex was sitting like 4 houses in front of me. And I just grabbed my taser and I ran after him, and then he just was running towards me, and he wasn't listening in the beginning. Like, he threatened to kill him and all this, and that he had a gun or whatever. So I have no vest on. I announced who I was because I always make sure, cops are involved. You don't announce yourself, you're going to be in huge trouble. So I announced myself, and then he wasn't really quite listening, but finally he put his hands up and he said, I'm Eric Hauser. I give up. I'm done. And laid on the ground. And then by that time, Rex, I'm just proning him out. I don't want to go hands-on because I don't have anybody there with me. And then Rex came out and cuffed him. And then I call him, and he's like, they got him. I'm like, what do you mean they got him? Like, I got him. I was scared. What if this isn't my guy? What if it's another guy? Because I'm thinking the cops are going to do their job and they're going to get the guy. And so I was like, oh shit, I just put this guy in handcuffs and cops are here. I'm going to go to jail because I put the wrong guy in cuffs. And then so I yell at him to come over there now before the cops show up. I'm like, and then he's like, that's him. And then Tim told the cops that we got them, and the sergeant was he was butthurt that they didn't get him, but he was yelling at us because we need to know who's all here, their names. What if I sent the dog on them and it bit one of you guys because you guys, didn't, let us know who was all here. So that's how we got yelled at. But then another sergeant, he was like, it's whatever, guys. We all, it was a team effort, I think. If it wasn't for the cops, it could have.
Law enforcement should be your biggest ally. You're essentially doing their job since they don't proactively seek out fugitives on the road. No, they don't. Only the U.S. Marshals do.
What's going on?
Is that somebody's sister?
Sister.
No, exactly. I'm not sure. Somebody said, do I know if Connecticut can carry taser? I'd have to research that. A couple of people had a couple of questions in here that I'm reading. I've been doing bounty hunting 11 years. 10 years, says Dilton.
I don't think that is.
What tourniquet? There's a lot of different tourniquets out there. The tourniquet that you can learn how to run. A cat tourniquet. That's what I like.
Did you block?
I did, and then I
No, it has to be her. I most wanted, huh?
Yeah, but then Patty Mail's the real deal. Sure, if you say so.
Good for you.
Somebody asked in here, what was the best, cheapest? Well, vented. Okay, Timmy. Tim's on here. He was part of the story. Um, vented. Well, what you do is when you chest seal, you seal all but one side, right? Right, Tim.
How does he?
Hold on. I'm looking for this question. Where is it? Somebody was asking a question about the cheapest, best, affordable plate carrier. That's kind of an oxymoron in a way. I mean, do you want to wear the cheap? Do you want to count on your life on the cheapest? I mean, feel free to chime in on this, Tim. But do you really want the cheapest plate carrier? I understand in the beginning that stuff isn't, you haven't made enough money yet to really afford good high end kind of stuff. The Condor quick release, the QRP plate carrier is a really good plate carrier. It's $100. It handles the Marsip plates and the Sappy plates as well as soft body armor. I mean, Condor makes okay stuff. Condor's kind of would I dare to say Condor's vests are kind of the Walmart of vests. You get what you pay for. I mean, there is really good Condor stuff out there. I mean, I know the people at Condor and the people at Covered Six, and they make good stuff. Condor's kind of the target. Wouldn't you say it's the target?
Yeah.
Condor's the target of gear. It'll last you a year or two. I mean, my QRP before I sold it, I wore that thing for 4 or 5 years. And then I got my Eagle Industries, and then from Eagle Industries, I went to Safe Life Defense. Because Safe Life Defense is like wearing nothing at all. It's like being naked. You don't even know you have that vest on. It's the absolutely most uncomfortable vest I've ever owned. Tim needs to buy one. Tim also needs to get his patch panel using the patch panel code 20. Hey, Tim, what was Hauser's sister's name?
Jamie.
Yeah. No, I have not heard Bounty Hunter Tank's new song. No.
Wait, what?
Bounty Hunter Tank's new song. I love Cat Tourniquet. Condor is not welfare gear. It is not. Yes, Safe Life is the armor of the gods. Condor is not welfare gear. I mean, Safe Life, yeah, you're purchasing a external plate carrier or under one.
No, it's her.
And
Fuck that bitch.
And we're making some admin shit right now. You could get the under armor part of you could get the underneath ballistic properties and put it in your Condor vest. I mean, Condor, the QRP it's not welfare at all. I mean, yeah, some of their other stuff, their $40 plate carriers, yeah, I wouldn't. But if that's all you've got, that's all the money you've got, it's better than nothing. I mean, on top of my Condor quick release, I had a Haley Strategic HS3. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh my God, there's nothing wrong with that.
She loves the videos. But yeah, it's probably best to do that.
This one?
Oh, he thinks he could rap? Yeah. Is that the same?
She did comment though, like.
Well, it's nothing bad. We're getting distracted.
Law enforcement should be your biggest ally. You're essentially doing their jobs.
Yes, true. We're policing the thread here, people. Bear with us 1 second.
Well,
Not everybody can afford to drop $500 on a vest for Safe Life. They do have payment plans available. They do make it more affordable.
oh my God, she's not back on. She said, "You guys did good that day. You did your job, and I'm grateful he didn't get shot."
There you
go. We're just shocked because we thought we were gonna get. Hold on, wait.
All right, so we got more questions. Bulletproof Kevlar clothes. Those exist in movies. We don't offer classes in New York. I wouldn't go to New York for a slice of pizza because there's better pizza in South Florida from the people that left New York City. I'm very anti-New York. I hate New York City. I don't like anything about New York City. It's got the world's greatest cup of coffee. What's the thing that was underneath? But it looks like magic candy, but it's not.
What?
The gum in Elf. And he goes and he's taking all the gum.
Oh, gross. Off the sidewalk or something?
Yeah.
Can you screenshot that? Her comment there.
I was clowning on Condor. All right. You get your clowning. The welfare.
Condor,
We're supposed to have a relationship with Condor, and I kind of dropped the ball on it.
Yeah, so they're starting to came out with women clothes.
Minus mufflers.
And I was supposed to be the face.
Y'all doing more bust
but...
than you video. Are y'all doing more bust than you video? What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean?
China.
Yes. Payment plans make Safe Life affordable. We know everybody in Safe Life. We've met everybody at Safe Life, and I honestly, I'm not kissing ass here. Every single person that I've met with Safe Life has been top notch.
Mm-hmm.
They are a top notch group of people. Everybody's humble. Everybody's awesome. They only want to do what's best and what's right for the industry. I can't say enough good things about the people at Safe Life, which is one of the reasons I promote them so highly, because I really believe in Safe Life. I mean, sometimes Olight treats me like a redheaded stepchild, and it is what it is. I don't produce the numbers that some of the big people that push Olight push, and at Safe Life. I mean, Safe Life treats me just the same as they treat Tommy or other people that have been there since the beginning. And I've built great relationships with the chief. I mean, I've got his cell phone number now, and I love talking to that guy.
And I think most of
I talked to Tommy today a few times. I mean, it's just
Nick, the owner of Safe Life, he is so kind, and I believe he rubs off on other people like the chief and Tommy and all those. He treats his staff so nice, and I think, I don't know, he's a great guy.
Do you think COVID-19 will turn us into the bounty hunters of the old if the country fails? Is there going to be a criminal justice system?
Probably not. They're just waiting to kill zombies.
Is there going to be a criminal justice system in which to hold people accountable, or is it going to be more on a local level to where locally elected officials are governing a small region, kind of like it was in the Old West? And then are they going to hire people? Is there going to be law enforcement? Is the $1 million question in this whole debacle of this bullshit shit that came from China to destroy our economy? Because I really think it was manufactured. I do not think it's organically spreading. I think this was part of a plan to bring down the largest economy in the United States, the largest economy in the world, which is us. I really think that. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, though Oswald never shot Kennedy. So take that for what it is. And you know, and is the $1 million question? And if there's any cops in on this live, feel free to chime in on this. Out of the 50 people that are live with us right now, if martial law comes into play, or if law enforcement's told to violate their oath to the Constitution, are they going to do it? Are you going to do it? Are you going to violate people's rights under the Constitution of the United States? If you are, you're a piece of fucking shit, and go work at fucking Walmart or whatever. Because we're going to fight back, and we're going to win. You're not going to win. It ain't going to happen. You could silence us all you want. Why do you think Japan never invaded America during World War II? Because everybody has guns and everybody's willing to defend themselves. So hopefully law enforcement doesn't violate their oath to the Constitution. I know when I was sworn law enforcement, I swore to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States a few times with a few different agencies. And I really believed in that. And I know a lot of really good cops out there that will not do that, and that will uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States and will not turn against the American citizen that has done absolutely nothing wrong. I mean, think about it. Think about it. They're telling people that have done absolutely nothing wrong to quarantine, to stay at home, but then they let everybody out of the prisons and they let everybody out of the jails. And it's happening because they don't want to deal with it. So they're freeing criminals, and they're telling U.S. citizens to shelter in place, but yet they're freeing criminals to go do and loot your business while you're not at your business, because all the businesses are closed. So what do you think criminals are going to do? They're going to break into shit. Freeing criminals? Are you fucking out of your fucking mind? And that's happening more in Democratic elected areas than it is in Republican areas. And whether I'm a Republican or a Democrat, it doesn't matter. I'm a U.S. citizen, and I'm an American, and I'm American. And in America's best interest comes over everything else. So you want to trample on my constitutional rights, I will fight to the death to defend my constitutional rights. It's just what I am. There's my soapbox.
So serious. He's so serious.
Fuck that. Sorry if anybody has children watching.
Do you use lights on your cars? My
No,
dad
fucking
said
no.
But he wants to hear it from you.
Oh, lights on the cars. Oh my God. I did a fucking vlog on lights on the cars. No lights on your cars, please. There's bounty hunters all over the internet with blue and reds and white, and you have no authority to do anything. Yeah, okay, I can run them on private property. Well, who the fuck cares? You want to be a cop? Go be a cop. Get the lights off your car. Now, if you have, I've got in my bins downstairs, I've got a couple of yellow and white flashing lights that I used to carry on my visor in case I was blocking traffic, and I have blocked traffic a few times. We took down a dude in Yakistan right there in the road, and then everybody waved and said thank you,
because we were parked in the road. You're not on the opposite side, so
there's no time to turn on lights at that point.
Yeah.
But no, I'm very anti-light. Now, if your state allows lights, maybe use lights, but it's just, I don't want to ever be seen as law enforcement or as impersonating law enforcement. So I have patches that say we ain't cops.
Jamie asked, hold on. Somebody asked if we've been tested for the corona.
No, I have not been tested for the coronavirus. I have been self-isolated for 7 days, no fever, no symptoms. Doesn't mean it's not going to come at the last minute and kill my fucking ass. But, no, not yet. But we did have interaction with the defendant yesterday that we arrested. But he didn't have any symptoms, but as we know, this stuff spreads asymptomatically, so. Which also tells us that it's a bullshit weaponized fucking version. That all it's knocking off is the old people. It's knocking off the old and the weak. the most dependent people on the system. It's knocking them out. Children are the carriers. It's all by design.
Jamie asked, do you think that that Washington's house arrest order will make your job a little easier?
You think criminals are going to follow house arrest order? Yeah, they might be.
So, I know for a fact they won't because my mother been so many times under house arrest, and either they took too long to, get the monitor on her, whatever. Yeah, it's stupid.
So
It's the
Jamie,
most stupid thing.
so the governor can suspend due process under the Constitution to put people under house arrest without due process. Jay Inslee's a piece of shit. Major piece of shit, and that's unconstitutional.
Don't say that. Don't call people pieces of shit.
Jay Inslee's a piece of shit. And if you voted for him, you're a piece of shit because he's a piece of shit. I would rather vote for a lump of coal than Jay Inslee if I was a Democrat.
Okay. I took an oath. William said, I took an oath in the Marine Corps to defend against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and will defend till the day I die. He's taking your class.
All right. Hope you got as much ammo as I do. We're going to need it.
Yakistan. I never heard that before.
Mm-hmm.
If you have lights on your vehicle, be expected to be arrested for impersonation of a police officer.
Hopefully. And if you did get arrested, guess what I'm going to say? I'm going to say, I told you so.
And then Dallas released a big list of crimes that the police will not respond to. Yeah, we heard that.
Hey, Jamie, if you want to ever take a class, I'll sponsor you for a class, Jamie, on a scholarship.
And then she comes in and kills us.
No, she's not.
Thanks.
Kill us. Anyway.
When you carry...
What do I think of the Twin City apprehend? What do I think of Stu and T-Cat? I fucking love Stu and T-Cat. I just talked to Stu 3-4 days ago. I like Stu. I like Twin Cities. I mean, they operate like we do. And they're working a way tougher city than we work. And, Stu and the guys are awesome. He's doing some kind of modeling thing. If you're following his Instagram, he's posting all kinds of sexy pics with him in his vest by a helicopter and all this stuff. So I don't know what he's doing. I was going to text him about that, but I haven't had a chance.
Hi,
a moment
Kai.
to do so.
I love you too. What's up, guys? I'm watching you all while I'm on the pooper. Jacob.
Make sure you wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Sing the whole the ABC songs twice, and when you wash your hands, do this to get underneath your nails. Next question.
These are available at Patch Panel, 20% off.
Do you have classes in VT?
And where?
VT.
Vermont?
Mm-hmm.
Land of Bernie Sanders and cows? No, not yet.
Hello from Alaska. Oh my God.
What part of Alaska?
Send me.
I used to live in Anchorage.
He was gonna be a state trooper.
Alaska State Trooper. I was hired by Alaska State Trooper. And then
I'm friends
my mom
with
died, and I
the
lost
state
my
troopers.
residency because I had to go help my mom's estate for 8 months, and I lost my residency back when they had residency requirements in 1999.
Hey Lydia, the state shoot is still on, but they canceled all of my trap practices. Oh, that's sad. You guys are awesome. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Can we form a bounty hunters guild?
Trying to get bounty hunters to all think and play on the same page without stabbing each other in the back is next to impossible. So I am not going to invest the time it would take to do that. We do have a private network for bounty hunters, the Bounty Hunter Bootcamp Students page on Facebook, and it's a great networking. They sell networking. They do networking. They sell gear. It's a closed group, and you can only go to it if you've taken a class.
So how's your Texas?
You're here. You're in
going?
Wasilla. Yeah, it's north of Anchorage. I know where Wasilla is. When I worked for KTVA, when I was up there as a journalist, We had a guy who killed somebody, and all the cops did was follow his footprints in the snow to the car, and the dude passed out in the car, and they caught it, solved the crime. Thank God for the snow.
Did you see the car question? Oh, for the transport. Didn't we do that one already?
No, you do not need a degree.
Hi guys, when you transport fugitives, do you have a vehicle for fugitive transport and one for personal? Not for us.
Well, I used to. For like 5 years, I did.
And it sucks using your personal car because sometimes they vomit.
Jesse Barr dumped all that weed in my car and found it like 3 weeks later.
And bitch. Those are kids. Those are our cars that we drive his kids in. We pick up his kids and we do family. So yeah.
Which is one of the reasons why we
needle caps in our car.
Which is one of the reasons why we always ask people, "You have anything on you? We ain't the cops. Let's dump the shit." Mm-hmm. Because we're not trying to hem people up. We ain't the cops. Fort Lauderdale. Hey, I'm from Coral Springs. I was Broward County Sheriff's deputy. Imagine that.
You don't need any licensing or anything to have the radio, the Patriot iRadio.
So we addressed that one.
I know, but they asked it again. Are they allowing you to turn in misdemeanor warrants?
Yes, here in Kootenai County, yes, we are. So far, so good.
Didn't Stu Peters from TCAT get an impersonating a law enforcement
officer
charge?
They created a law because of Stu Peters. It still doesn't mean he's not a good dude. It still doesn't mean, just because you get charged with shit, doesn't mean you're a bad person. I mean, I've been charged with so much shit in the past. I've lost my license over bullshit. So, shit happens, and doesn't mean you're always guilty of, and it doesn't mean that you're not a bad person. So, they created a law because Stu drove around in his car and they had logos on the side.
That guy from Fort Lauderdale was a former Broward County Sheriff's Office too.
Oh, do you know Mike Biscoglio? He was one of my best friends. Works at the jail. He might be retired.
I really want to know how many jobs you had.
Everybody? Who the fuck is everybody?
Well, everybody's asking questions. How many jobs did you have?
I've had a lot of jobs. I started mowing lawns when I was 10 years old, 11 years old. I was mowing lawns.
So he was a cop. He was border patrol.
No, I was deputy sheriff. It's different.
Deputy sheriff.
I've never been.
Same shit.
I've never been a police
toilet.
officer. I was a deputy sheriff.
My neck. I slapped him in the neck funny.
Border patrol. Been a volunteer firefighter since I was 17. Been an EMT most of my whole entire life. But as a volunteer, I serve my community. Volunteering as a firefighter.
Was just going to ask about intake. Heard anything about Spokane?
Nope, don't know anything about Spokane. But knowing Spokane and what Spokane does, they're probably just cutting everybody loose. Spokane's become a fucking laughing stock in the state of Washington. Fuck Spokane.
What is the tuition for a group of 2 for the post-falls class?
It's five. It's $5.25 per person. So $1,050 for 2.
For 2?
That saves you a shit ton of money.
How much is it for 1?
$6.25. Save $100. Save $200. Well, then have them DM you later, and we'll talk about it.
I'm friends with her on Facebook. She's the one who I said that I was like the starving monkey in the background.
We'll work something out.
We'll work something out. Because you guys are kind, and we appreciate the business, and we appreciate you. And I appreciate your wife. She's hilarious, just like me. Ready? Shut up.
What do we got?
How's bounty hunting / running bounty hunter boot camp? Has bounty hunting / running your boot camp been your favorite job so far? I've been his favorite job, but.
Really?
What?
You've been my favorite job.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship with this kind of work. Hey Zeke. I have a love-hate relationship with this work. I love the job. I hate the job. I hate the job. Then I love the job. If I could just teach, I'd be happy just teaching. I'd be happy just teaching. I'm waiting on my background to clear for a state, and then when it does, I'm going to be a licensed instructor for a different state, and a really good, the best state in the country. And so things might change here soon. And then we're going to be offering a much wider classes to people, a lot better instructing and firearms instructing and all kinds of stuff. So if this fucking COVID-19 shit can just get the fuck out of the way, there's some big shit about to happen. Domains are purchased, everything, just waiting to pull the trigger on this shit.
Bounty Hunter Boot Camp is my dream. I'm gonna complete the course and I want in the network.
Okay. You gotta earn it. You gotta earn it.
Gotta kill some people first.
No, that's Texas Rangers. Question.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Texas Ranger. If you're a Texas Ranger, you've killed somebody. That's the only way you get in.
Oh my god, let me kill somebody. I know who I want to kill first. Does it have to be in Texas? So how's your Texas license going? You went with level 4 or investigator side?
I PI level 3 and level 4. Level 4 is just PPO. It's just personal protection, bodyguard shit. I love that shit. I did a lot of that stuff during hurricane, natural disasters for CEOs. Was part of a protection team. So that's what I like. I like doing that stuff. I like it.
Tuning in from Michigan. Hey, Scott. Hey, Lydia. Hey, look, they actually know how to spell my name.
Hey, Michigan. Was in your state a few weeks ago. 2 weeks ago?
Brother, you're a trip. You're a trip. Did you fall? Are you okay? You're gonna make me go. Do bounty hunters ever need to go to crime scenes to get intel?
Best source of intel you can get on your defendant is the police report. Why would you have to go to a crime scene?
I want to go to a crime scene.
That's kind of creepy.
The crime scene?
No, you just read police reports. You'll find out what they were driving, who they were with. I've solved many of fugitive files by reading police reports. Shitbags hang out with other shitbags. That's what it says in the PowerPoint.
Scott, do you like Texas barbecue?
Yes. That's a stupid question.
I haven't had Texas barbecue. We had a lot of Mexican food in Texas, which is amazing because he doesn't really like Mexican food.
You've had barbecue at Buc-ee's?
That wasn't even... No, I didn't. You did.
You've never taken a bite of their brisket?
No. All I had was
the sausage on a stick?
A sausage and a tortilla.
Well, you had barbecue over at, what was the name of this, the guy and his crazy wife?
Sandy and Scott.
No, Steve.
No, Steve. Ooh, even worse. I have 2, 3, 4 plus tactical medic operator.
Awesome sauce.
Have you ever worked in Missouri, Scott?
No. Missouri, home of the current Stanley Cup champions of the Blues.
Hello from Portugal? Is that how you say it? You're amazing. He is amazing.
Bucky Mitts.
Shut up.
Somebody said that.
Oh,
I got my Bucky's hat on. Bucky's.
Oh, this live. Ugh. Don't side with him and his Bucky's. You know how many times? Oh my God.
If you pass a Bucky's, you're in big trouble. You gotta stop.
And when you're...
Cheapest gas in the state.
When we're driving and he falls asleep, he like knows that it's coming up soon. So you can't just like, well, he's sleeping, I'm gonna pass it, because he wakes up as like 5 minutes before you're gonna pass it. I don't know why he likes Bucky so much. It's not that great.
It's Texas. It's awesome.
Because it's huge. Because everything in Texas is huge.
The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas. I'm gonna give you a giant Texas tattoo.
I'm crocheting a star blanket, and I was gonna do like the Texas flag, but I don't have the colors. What?
Then buy the colors. Go to Joann's and buy the colors.
Ew, you know I'm really...
She painted a Texas.
Lydia's having a rant. I'm not having a rant. Even if I was, what's it to you? This was Will. I'm checking in jewelry.
What is your favorite script chase data server? TLO. TLO sucks. TLO has gone down the shit since TransUnion or whoever bought it. TLO used to be the shit, man. You used to get the greatest addresses off TLO. It was fucking awesome. And then TLL sold out. Delve Point's a good place. Clear is really good if you can get Clear.
Whataburger sucks.
Whataburger's okay. I like Whataburger fries if they're hot.
Sucks.
Whataburger shakes are good.
Also, like, In-N-Out sucks. I hate In-N-Out.
All right, I'm out of here.
Okay, adios. It's nice knowing you.
Do you know through Patriot Eye that here's one of the things that helps with the cost on Patriot Eye is, you know, if you're running Delve Point, you're running TLO, you're charged for all of that. With Patriot Eye, you get it for free. You can run license plates, you can run backgrounds. They email them to you. It's awesome. I mean, you know, you can run people, name, date of birth, social.
Double chin.
You can run people. You can run tags. I mean, we thought we had our dude's car. We thought it was his car. I mean, how nice is it to go, hey, dispatch, run this tag, Idaho plate, yada, 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 and then it comes back your guy. That's that extra piece of confirmation.
You guys are moving to Texas, aren't you? Someone asked. No, we're not. We are? We're planning on it.
No.
No? You don't want to move to Texas? Oh. If your vehicle is damaged by a fugitive, do you have a special insurance to cover damage?
All right, so I had a guy, we had him trapped he was selling dope at a funeral. We boxed him in. He crashed into my car, did $10,000 worth of damage to my car. Then he crashed into my partner's car and then drove across all these graves to get away. And then his car broke down. We took him into custody after staying at a safe distance, and his car just broke down, and then he gave up. When I got on top of him, I think we put him into a bush when he was trying to run. I think there were about 60 goat heads in his face. If you don't know what goat heads are, it's a seed for a weed, and they're super sharp. Yeah. He stood up and he had all these goat heads in his face. Anyway, he did 14 months for hit and run, and my insurance covered it. And my insurance at the time, Mutual of Enumclaw, they actually sued the person who owned the car and recouped their money. So, you know, you want to make sure that you have really good insurance. Geico has good commercial insurance. That's one of the things Geico does really well. Hey, you woodchucks. Stop chucking my wood.
That's the only thing I do. Jamie said selling dope at a funeral.
Yes, it was a native funeral in Yakima, Washington, out on the res. He was slinging freaking heroin at the funeral. Really good dude. Mm-hmm.
The dead don't mind.
Yeah, that's why the natives, elders at the funeral helped us, and told us that he was there and said that we did have permission, but we had to wait till after the service. So we waited till after the service. We boxed his car in, and then he crashed. And he hit my car so hard. We were in a crossfire situation, so we couldn't shoot him. And my cell phone actually flew out of my car, and one of the elders, when I called my cell phone, the elder said that they had my cell phone and thanked us and everything.
That's so funny. They're called elders? Because that's what we would call it. Because I grew up crazy. In a crazy cult, we would call the elders elders.
Yeah, in the native community, everybody's auntie, uncle, auntie. I'm like, you're related? And they're like, no, she's just my auntie.
How many fugitives have you got in one day minus 6?
What the fuck does that mean?
How many fugitives have you caught in one day?
10? I mean, shit, what's the most you've caught in a day? Like 8?
8.
With me?
That's good times. Long days, but it was... Scott, if I DM you on Instagram in private, do you have any Pennsylvania contacts that would be possible mentors?
No, I'm trying to.
You need to be.
I'm trying to do a class in Pennsylvania. There's a guy, Sean Nagy. He really wants us to have a class out there.
Oh my god.
He emails us every day.
And not to be mean, but his last name is Nagy, and he's a nag. It's perfect.
He's watching. You just hurt his feelings.
Sorry, I'm just stating the facts. No, it's just he keeps asking, and like
We get a lot of weird messages.
We don't have
anybody.
Him my email to get him off his back, but then he decided, oh my god, I have both of them, so let me email both of them the same email.
These are no longer available.
Hello, superheroes.
All right, so we're pushing. We got 5 minutes left. Hit me. Hit
Would love to get a Pennsylvania class. Could possibly.
I would love to get a Pennsylvania class. I like Pennsylvania.
Because he wants to go. What part?
It's got to be during hockey season.
Yes.
I'll have a class in
no
Pittsburgh.
Flyers.
Fuck the Flyers.
Fuck the Flyers. Hello from the UK.
Hey, UK.
He's near Pittsburgh.
There you go. I turned down a job in Hershey.
Oh
They
my
had the
gosh,
Hershey Bear.
and we could go to a hockey game and I could see my Malkin because he's so cute. We need more likes. Let me know. I live in Pittsburgh. No, you let us know. You watch
I've been
our
to California
face.
bazillions of times. We have a great network of people in California.
Hi, I love your bounty hunting videos.
Thank you.
Gracias.
So there's a video that will be coming out. I don't know when it's going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks. It's called The Ultimate Catfish. You're going to want to watch that one. We actually tase a guy. Lydia does her catfishery wizardry and
Isn't that one already on?
convinces him to come meet us at a hotel, and the hotel gave us a room. And then he right as he was going for the door, 2 hookers yelled and said, "That's the cops in there." And he turned and he ran, and Sean the Sheep jumped out and tased him and face planted. He was rumored that he'd had
Someone
it.
says spoiler alert.
What?
Someone says spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Well, in the little teaser in the front is him running and getting tased. So, but yeah, that's a really good one. It's a really good one. Watch it all the way to the end. No, I haven't done firefighting in a few years. I was a lieutenant with my department. But bounty hunting is just such a time consuming. Yeah, I had a red helmet.
Oh, that's cool. Did you have no captains have mustaches? Did you have a mustache?
Yeah, I've done the mustache thing.
Oh my god! Wait, I want to see a picture.
Ask Charlotte Brooks for mustache pictures.
I can't. No. No, thank you.
But if I'm gonna do the mustache, I'm gonna rock the firefighter mustache. It's gonna come all the way down. We'll come all the way down here.
Oh, this just sounds interesting. Do you get a badge when you complete bounty hunter boot camp? No, only if you do the.
Well, we used to do badges with the certified class, but no, we don't give out badges anymore. There were guys in New York City that were handing out badges, and they're in prison now. But they were handing out badges that said detective and all that stuff. They were doing some really hanky shit. So we've moved away from that practice, but we do have a discount available for the badges that are online.
Oh, the video of you guys getting the guy from Ukraine facing deportation.
Yeah, the guy shit his pants when I tased him twice. Yeah, he shit his pants. Yeah, he's gone.
Please come to Oklahoma City and do a class.
Oklahoma
Why
City.
don't you guys just come to us? Why do we always have to cater to you?
So, if everything goes as planned, we're going to have quarterly classes in Dallas. Probably Dallas, Austin, and Houston quarterly.
And I can see my mama and drive her fancy cars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how fast did you drive that car the other day?
120.
120 something?
Something like that. It was a
racing
safe
down
speed.
the road.
It was a safe speed of 120. I'm a good driver. They try to cut me off, try and get in front of me. There's no way. Try to box you in with the semi. A dildo.
I don't know. I'd have to think about what was the weirdest thing, patting somebody down. We pulled a lot of weird things. There's a video, one of the very first videos that I posted online. It has music in it and stuff. Back when I didn't think anybody would really be interested in watching what really transpired. I put music in the videos. There's two of them, the 350,000 that we caught and then this other guy. But he had a piece of cardboard and fishing line wrapped around it. He wasn't fishing.
He was probably trying to unlock cars.
Yeah, he's probably using it for crime.
Yeah.
That was one of the weird things that just kind of stood out.
120.
We have a North Carolina class in Monroe. Last year, everybody came
Let
up.
me show you guys the card.
Last year, everybody came up from South Carolina. I'm not ruling out supposed to have an Atlanta class right after that. I had a guy. I haven't heard from him in a minute, but he'd found classroom space for us and everything. For Atlanta, I think an Atlanta class would be pretty darn full, and then we get to eat really well because there's a lot of good food in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
You don't want to be there in the summer though. Atlanta's hot, Atlanta, right? Been there?
What has been? I'm asking you a question.
No two states have the same requirements. Everything's a little different in every state. I'd say the only two states that have the same requirements are states that are highly unregulated, like Montana and Wyoming.
South Carolina class?
Yeah, I already addressed that.
Oh. Well, I'm slacking. What do you want for dinner?
Food. I've pulled a fugitive out of a dead bear.
That's just...
Elaborate. Ooh. Somebody just elaborated.
It's probably Freddie because he kept... It has to have been Freddie. It ain't me unless it's you.
Ooh, that's...
I can't smell anything, thank goodness.
Well, I got Winston and Freddie both underneath me. And the cat. Remember Henry's cats?
Oh, Henry's is so bad. And then he'll look up to see if anybody heard him. My dog's still outside. What kind of car was I driving?
When?
Lisa's white one.
I don't know. It's a BMW convertible.
So nice. All right. Well, we are over our time.
So we are over an hour. I need to shoot some videos, and I'm slacking on that. I'm just kind of editing videos right now.
Yeah, we did class in Utah.
We don't have a Utah class yet.
I refuse to go to Michigan.
Mr. Turkey Hunter.
I refuse to go to Michigan.
Everybody have a good night. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you for 25 thumbs up. Everybody, before you dump out, before we cancel this thing, see how many thumbs up we can get. We're at 25 right now. How many more thumbs up can we get?
Let me like it. Let me like it.
Okay, defeats... Oh, 29.
Wow.
Good night from Tennessee. He hid in a gutted bear. No kidding. You got that on video? I want to see that. If anybody's out there that does bounty hunting and you've got really good video of really good captures, message us and stuff. Google drive us the footage. We'd love to feature it on the page.
They're just giving thumbs up.
39 thumbs up.
Like the video. 41 thumbs
cow.
up. Wow.
All you people were slacking?
Wait, we were just at 25, but isn't it?
29.
29.
Now we're at 43.
Wow, now pay us and they'll be perfect.
Alrighty, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for the extra 20 thumbs up.
Well,
Well, can we get 5 more to get us 5 more would get us 20 in such a little time. 4
Oh.
Ooh, one thumb. Ooh. Now we're dropping.
Why are we dropping?
Haters gonna hate.
Wow, that sucks, guys. 44.
Oh, 44.
You should have just kept your mouth shut. We were at 45.
Good night from Kentucky. Home of the Louisville Slugger and What is that? That's Tennessee whiskey. Which is a Kentucky whiskey? Jack Daniels? 43. We're dropping off.
45. Okay.
Alrighty, guys.
Good
Thank you
night.
so much.
Sorry
We'll
we're
talk to you
boring.
soon.
We'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Oh, so they were trying to get more. It's,
Good night
it's not
from
like
Iowa. That's where I was born, Iowa City.
I was born in Rifle, Colorado. Come on, people.
That should be the thumbnail picture right there.
Night from Tennessee. Check your Instagram.
All right, Zeke.
Guys, follow me on Instagram because I need more followers to get.
Aren't you private? She's considered a public figure on Instagram.
I'm a public figure. Good night from Tennessee. We got 46.
Not like the Who,
We got 46.
who's not really a public figure but plays one on fucking. Nobody knows who the Who is.
Even the Who, if the Who was on here, she wouldn't even know. Good night from Alaska.
Night, Alaska.
Send me stuff.
Wasilla.